Welcome back to our second half. The second half features our UMS Jazz Band under the direction of Miss Stacy Peterick. Welcome to them. Miss Peterick, if you've been around for very long, she's kind of everywhere in the district in the band program. She started all of our students at the 6 elementary schools in our 5th grade band program. She's here some assisting at 6th grade. She does the middle school jazz band. She does the high school jazz band. She does marching band at the high school. Just makes me tired listing off all the stuff she does, but she does a nice job with it. Let's welcome our UMS Jazz Band for their performance this year, along with Miss Peter.
Thanks, Mr. Hicks. It's just as tiring doing all that, so I'm glad that you recognize that. So our first piece is called Poco Loco, which translates to a little crazy, and I've always thought that kind of described middle school jazz band. So it's a really great piece to start off with. This is a piece that was picked by our 8th graders. It's been a favorite for like their whole jazz career with me. And so this will feature Michael Turner on trumpet and Mr. Escatel on alto saxophone. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you. All right. One of my goals this year was to give the 8th graders a chance to be featured in some way, whether that's they pick a piece, they're featured, like they have a solo in a piece, or anything else having to do with jazz band this year. And so our next piece was a piece that was sent to me by one of our 8th graders as like, Miss Peter, we need to play this. And it will also feature that person. So this next piece is called Ballad for a Blue Horn, and it will feature Michael Turner on trumpet. Our next piece was kind of our introduction to the blues and the B-flat blues scale. It will feature solos by Declan O'Connor on tenor saxophone, Matthew Bodoni on tenor saxophone, and Isaiah Menard on trombone. Here is All About the Blues. So jazz band is all about trying different styles of music. Sometimes you'll hear us play Latin, you might hear us play swing or the blues, to even rock sometimes. So some of you might recognize this next piece. It's called Domino, and it was originally performed by Van Morrison. This will feature solos by Mr. Escatel on alto saxophone and Isaiah Menard on trombone. Ms. Fernsberg, your ride just passed by. It's a joke we have. A lot of times we are outside for a marching band out on our practice field over there, and this is a hot spot for any type of sirened vehicle. So it's always like, hey, your ride's coming. All right. So this next piece is another type of style. We have a funk piece. We played this piece, we sight read it And then as soon as we sight read it, a certain 8th grader asked me every single day if we could play it. So, Will Johnson, this one's for you. This is called Chameleon. This is a Herbie Hancock tune from 1973. It's probably one of the most widely recognized jazz standards. This will also feature a solo by Mr. Escatel. Mr. Escatel is filling in for a student that doesn't feel well tonight. So thank you, Mr. Escatel. So anyway, I was often asked when we took a break for our air dispersal break, or pretty much any day of jazz band, Will would say, "Can we play Chameleon today? Can we play Chameleon today?" So here we go. This is Chameleon.
Is it 37 through 61? Or is it all the way back to the repeat? So all the way, okay, so back to the repeat. Yep. Got it. All the way to
All right, here we go. Chameleon. All right. This next one is one of my favorites. I played it when I was in middle school, fill in the blank years ago, and I have never forgotten it since. It's just kind of been stuck in my head for a long, long time. Once you hear the title and the song, it'll probably be stuck with you too. This one will feature solos by Peter Wald on trumpet and Mr. Escatel on alto saxophone. This is what happened this morning too. We were like, oh, this person has a lot of solos. So thanks, Mr. Escatel. This one is called Hog Squealin', Rip Snortin', Belly Achin' Blues. Okay, there's other people. You guys are just at least soloing on this concert. There's other people. You just might. Hog feeling, rib snorting, belly aching. I thought maybe you wanted to pause the order of pizza or something. I wasn't sure. Oh, we thought that was funny. All right, here we go. Ready? Ready? 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. Ready? And. See, you're going to go home and sing that the rest of the night. It's just so catchy. And the title is just awesome. So, another one of my favorites is All of Me. You can hear a great arrangement of this piece by the Count Basie Orchestra on the Sinatra at the Sands album. So if you're looking for some good jazz, check out the Sinatra at the Sands album. This one will feature Michael Turner on trumpet. So one time at the solo section. Everybody got it? One time at the solo section. Don't do it twice. All right, here we go. So 1, 2.
Wait. Sorry,
Thanks for telling me, Leah.
what?
So thanks for telling me. I'm glad we didn't start without you. While we're waiting for some music, real quick, I do want to point out our Barry sax player on the end there, Amiria Lockett. Amiria is a high schooler who happened to jump in and fill in for us this week and for jazz band this year. So can you give Amiria a big hand? Our next piece, Jericho, is a jazz arrangement of Joshua Fought the Battle of Jericho. This one will feature Mr. Escatel on alto saxophone, Matthew Bedoni on tenor saxophone, and then Matthew Story on trumpet, as well as our marvelous trombone section. Mr. Escatel, like saying your name over and over again, reminds me of when I was doing the program. If you notice, most of the jazz pieces are by somebody named Mike. It was just one of those weird coincidences that happen. So that's what it's like. Yeah, so that's what I feel like. I just keep saying Mr. Escatel. So anyway, this is Jericho. Yeah, you can. You just stand up.
Oh, we just had dinner in practice.
However you did it in practice.
Oh, okay, now good. Just standing then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Can I stand now?
Yeah, go for it. Ready? Piano? All right, can we give it up again for Mr. Escatel, Matthew Bedoni on tenor saxophone, Matthew Story on trumpet, and our marvelous trombone section. I have no bias at all towards the trombone section at all. I'm not a trombone player or anything. So for our next piece, from the 2012 James Bond movie of the same name, Skyfall, it was written and performed by pop sensation Adele. This song has won an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for Best Original Song, and the Brit Award for the British Single of the Year. The song will feature Mr. Escatel. This is just going to become a joke, Mr. Escatel. On alto saxophone again, as well as the whole trumpet section. Here's Skyfall. Program you from now on.
Yeah, just me next time.
You on retainer.
Solo concert.
Skyfall. You okay? You guys are doing a great job. Almost there. Ready? All right, before we play our last piece, I once again just want to thank you so much for being here for this concert for tonight. and also for your support of concert band and jazz band this year. Mr. Escatel and I couldn't be more thankful that we got to make music with your students this year. So thank you again to all of you for your support at home. Thank you to all of our wonderful students who have participated and come to do all of this. So can we give everybody a round of applause, please? Also, Mr. Escatel and I, so we started both groups in about January when we came back for second semester. And I would just like to say that it is now May 18th, and we have not had a single positive COVID case in either group this year. So thank you for all of your diligence. Thank you for keeping people home when they don't feel good. We really appreciate all of your diligence and support through all of this. So our last piece takes a familiar folk song, well maybe to some of you at least, and adds a New Orleans style swing feel. We'll feature Declan O'Connor and Matthew Bedoni in a sax solo, and then Isaiah Menard on trombone. Here's Little Liza Jane.
Late, Declan.
Alright, ready? The last thing we're going to hear you play. This is your last jazz piece of the whole semester.
Should I give you my tenor back now?
We're good.